What's good looking people? It's your boy Zaraki Senpai coming at you yet again with yet another Call of Duty mobile video. Today we'll be focusing on how to win more games, playing the objective objectively, and just focusing on some of my key foremost tips that I would tell anyone if they want to get better at any mobile game, but Call of Duty mobile in particular. Today I will be using the VMP, and let me just say, the Mythic VMP came back to the game a couple of weeks ago. It's finally gone, but if you got it, you know you made a very wise financial choice, because this gun is just phenomenal. I've had it for probably I'd say 9 months now, and I have loved it, rocked it, mained it as a SMG. But today we'll be looking at two gameplays, one where I choked the nuke, and the second game where I got the nuke, and just looking at how to take your gameplay to the next level and optimize on your map control, but also just how to win more gunfights. Now, starting off, you'll notice that I climbed through a window and I tried to check all of my corners. I'm on a substantial streak, I'd say no more than probably about 6 kills at this point, and I am literally trying to check my map, looking at my mini map, like, okay, where are they spawning at next, taking my time, trying to fall back a little bit. And the one thing is, if you want to hop on streaks, you want to try and nuke, always be moving. A moving target is hard to hit and it's hard to find. That way, you know, if you're on that 15 kill streak and you're sitting in a corner, you're probably about to get bum rushed by 2 people that are determined to take you off that streak, come hell or high water. And unless you're vague or Ferg, you're probably not gonna shake them off. So here's a few tips that I've used, that I've learned through trial, a whole lot of trial and error, that have led me to my success. Almost choked right there. He pulled out a man of war with thermite, and luckily I had just enough ammo to get the job done. Now, right here, I'm still confused whether it was desync or lag. Whatever it was, I lost that gunfight. Felt like I should have won it, but hey, here's a free shout out to Gear Up Booster. I've been using it for about a year now. It keeps my lag and packet loss at a substantial, manageable rate, so check them out. You can use them. Don't have a code for you, but that's a free plug for them. Anyhow, here I am, you know, a little bit flustered, and I would say this: when you are a little bit upset and you're flustered and you just want to get back at the enemy team, do not pull out your operators to try and take advantage of them. Keep a level head, because when you are in a very high intense emotional state, using your weapons to the best of your ability is not something that you do to the best of your ability. So hey, take a breather, take a breath of fresh air, and reset your mind mentally. And also, this goes to without saying, but if you are extremely stressed, or the game is just causing you to rage or crash out or tilt, I'd recommend taking a couple of minutes, maybe an hour away from the game, just to regather yourself, because there's no point going on a losing streak just to vindicate you're not a bad player, because good players know when to say enough is enough. But I digress. Here I am trying to work my way back around the map, get a little bit of map control, and let me just say this: it is hard to get map control as a sole player. Work with your teammates, even if you're not in a stack. Always allow your teammates to go in front of you. Some people say that's baiting, some people say it's just playing wisely. I'm of the latter opinion. Learn how to use your teammates to your advantage, because hey, somebody's going to do the same thing to you, and at the end of the day, if you can trade your teammate because you're keeping your crosshair at a good head placement, no clue where that trip mine came from. Anyhow, if you can trade your teammates, you are one, increasing your KD, but also increasing the odds that you catch the next player off guard. Next came a very series of unfortunate events. Just crazy COD timing right here. 2 people looking at me. I tried to drop down, hit a drop shot, get back up, get active. Was not going to happen. So one thing I could have done differently right there was possibly go to the top floor of yellows, or hang out in the garage of yellows and just waited for somebody to make a push, take them off that point. Or what a lot of people would do, lay down next to the trailer in mid and just shoot up underneath the sign or whatever board that is right there. Play your angles. You know, some people call it being ratty. I mean, but if they're gonna do it, why not do it? The guy with the XE4 was abusing that in the first round, and let's just say if we want to win, you got to do what you got to do. Learn how to adapt your play style immediately. Don't take your time and say, oh well, let me just get a few more kills with this gun, maybe the tide will change. Things don't change unless you are willing to make the sacrifices and change your gameplay, your play style. Learn when to play a little bit more passive, especially when you're on those big kill streaks, because hey, if you want that nuke, you got to play for it. You got to risk it for the biscuit sometimes, but you also got to know when to be still and know it's time to chillax. Take a breath. Also, one of the biggest things I can recommend is getting a good pair of headphones and actually turning down your UI volume and turning down the sound effects volumes. That way you can hear actual footsteps, hear those sound cues, because I place a large percent off of sound cues. People are like, yo, how did you hear him? Like, how did you know he was going to be on the second floor to the left side or left and another left? Listen. Listening is key if you want to win more gunfights, because the amount of sound cues that are in game are insane. People just can't hear them because there's, well, the wind. a legit must have been the wind though. Anyhow, when it comes to regaining map control, which is what we're trying to do, it is quite frankly one of the hardest things to do on a map like Nuketown, especially when maybe some people want to play objectives, some people are trying to get kills. Like, that's one thing that's nice about playing in a stack versus playing with randoms. I'm solo queuing my way to legendary, or did solo queue my way to legendary, and one of the biggest challenges I face is some people's objective is to get killed, some people's objective is to play the objective, and it seems like it's hard to find teammates that are on the same page as winning the game and doing whatever it takes to win that game. Now, at this point, the enemy team is running all of their operators, it seems. You know, we've got people running dogs. I think people are running some gravity spikes, or not gravity spikes, gravity vortex rather, and it's just a very, very murky middle section of the map. I'm able to finally break out, and I'm like, all right, we got to go for the spawn trap. Pushed up. This was a very risky move that did not play off. Now, what I could have done and should have done right there was bait them by going to their actual spawn, hitting their point, and then hopping off and waiting for someone to come and contest, and then going on a little kill feed and trying to get them on a spawn trap. Right here, greed of a biblical proportion of me just, you know, seeing three people and not really knowing who to shoot got me killed right there, whereas I could have just waited for two to hop on point. They didn't realize who or where I was, and then taking advantage of the free kills. Finally able to capitalize on capping B, and I'm just like, you know what, it's full send, now or never. I don't know if we're winning or not. 150 to 149, should not have won that game whatsoever. Enemy team got the MVP, well deserved, because they played that game to a T. Now, here's a game where I played it to a T and played it perfectly. You know, first things first, challenging off of P2, realizing, okay, I can flank their spawns, flip the spawns if need be, but just taking my time, like realizing there is no need to rush. Alright, immediately I know that the spawns are up here, and then I walk back down, catch a reload, try and heal up just a tad bit, slide back down. This was a risky fight, challenge, and won. Now I'm going back on the hunt. I'm like, this is a good spot to sit here, clear the point, and I'm moving. Like I said, always be moving. Now, one thing I can recommend to everyone, learn your spawns for your main maps. You know, Summit, Firing Range, learn them for maps like good lord, I can't think of hardpoint maps. Standoff. Just learn the spawn points. And also another thing that goes hand to hand with that is perspective teammate. If you can see your teammate through the walls, you will be able to know based off of where your teammates are, where the enemy is at as well. Your enemies will not spawn where your teammates are unless you have a split spawn situation, which we can talk about that in a later video. But the main thing is learn your spawn points, And once you do, you will be able to hit that UAV and start moving, knowing which direction. Even if it's not an advanced UAV, you will know which general direction they should be coming from, which direction they might be looking at, using those sound cues, and make the best possible decisions for you and your team. Another thing that you'll see me do here in 1 second is start making early rotation. Now, I am sitting here doing a little bit of spawn camping. I know where they're going to be spawning at, but I'm like, okay, it's time to get out of there. They know pretty much where I'm at. Catch a guy coming off the low side, and I say it's time to bounce. I'm moving knowing that they could be possibly getting split spawns, spawning at green, so I move down to this part because I'm like, what would I do? I'd be making a rotation off of deep, going past the forklift. Sure enough, here comes one guy, and normally if I was not on a streak, I would have pushed out and started looking at computers, but I know that someone's going to challenge the next point, and then there might be potential pushers. Sure enough, there were. There goes the nuke. Not enough ammunition, and I have to switch over to the most pressing threat and ended up getting off the nuke streak, but we secured the nuke, called it in, and the rest is history. So at this point, we have the nuke, and at this point, my only mission is to try and slay out as much as possible. And if I don't sound too braggadocious myself, we slayed out as much as possible. So from here, I recognize, like, all right, bet they're gonna be playing a little bit slower, more cautious. They've already got nuke. It's just time to go, for lack of a better word, balls to the wall. And that's what I do. I move immediately for the new spawns, catch one guy off guard, and I realize, oh, they've already got point. Look over, there he is, slide down, challenge, easy peasy. Now, I want to go to back spawns because I realize that having spawns is basically guaranteeing a win for your team. As long as you know where the spawn point is, you know you don't have enemies spawning behind you, you can kind of play with a little bit more peace of mind and just know, okay, no matter what, I've got somebody possibly that can trade me out, and we can still maintain the hard point or at least the spawns. Now, I am kind of playing a little bit more OBJ than I normally would, just because I have got the nuke, and I want to get some OBJ time just for my overall ratings. But at this point, most players would probably just go forward and play just more of a Slayer role, which honestly, I'm not necessarily a Slayer. I'm technically an OBJ main. That's where I shine at the most, depending on what loadout I'm running. But here I am. I found myself on a hot streak, and I'm just like, why stop it? If it's not broke, don't fix it. So here I am. Spawns are most likely split at the moment. I know that there could potentially be one coming off of the snow side, and I wasn't positive, so that's why I kind of looked in that direction for a little while, but then I recognized I got the cue, okay, they should be spawning up top based off of prospective teammate, waited for them, read it, came back down, caught the third, off guard. Just, you have to kind of use your game sense, like where are they going to be spawning at, look at how many are in the kill feed, count 5 seconds, they should be spawning in. I'm like, okay, somebody should be coming off of possibly greens. My team is a little bit split up. Sure enough, right in front of me, off of greens. Just think ahead. Always be thinking ahead. Now we have the spawns for basically P2 at this point. I'm like, I'm gonna try and play top of scaffold. Jump down. Excuse me. I jumped down because I was like, well, no one's here. One thing is, if your gut is telling you to do something, stick with your gut. I always do that. But it was an easy win. Cleaned them up, wiped them out. And your boy got MVP. Why wouldn't I? Because, we went crazy that game. If you want to see more gameplay like this with commentary, leave a comment below. Maybe speaking on what type of topic or what type of information you guys are seeking. I don't have all the answers, but I also am willing to learn right along with you guys. Without further ado, I don't want to get out of here without you guys knowing that at 500 subscribers, we will be doing a giveaway of $100 worth of CP to one lucky person, $50 worth of CP to the second place winner, and then third and fourth place will receive 2 battle passes. But make sure you are registered and signed up by making sure that you have dropped your user ID in the comments below along with your in-game name. And let me be very clear, as long as you are within the North America region, you qualify for BP, and as long as you're in the NA or Canada region, I can definitely get you the battle pass as well. But you have to be within the North America region. I don't make the rules. That is simply the way the dice rolls. But without further ado, I would feel remiss if I did not tell you all, do something today to make someone else's day just a little bit better. You never know, you could possibly change someone's entire day, maybe the course of their week, or the entire course of their life, and never even know it. A lot of times it happens imperceptibly, just you smiling, you listening, you telling a joke, you listening to someone else's joke, maybe just letting someone out in traffic. It could be the small things that go and make a huge difference in someone else's life. So hey, make a positive impact in someone else's life today, and you never know, it just might make a change in your life down the road. Without further ado, it's been your boy Zaraki Senpai, and hey, I bid you adieu.